Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So in this video, we will share interview experience of Lokpati sir. And for this video, I want to thank Lokpati sir for accepting our invitation. So this is the second part. In the first part, we have already explained, we have already shared the interview experience of Razorpay. So you can watch this first part also by clicking on the link present in the description. So please watch first part also. So in this video we will talk about interview experience of Paytm. So yes, so hello Lokpati sir, thank you. First of all, I want to say that thank you for accepting my invitation for this podcast. And could you please give us your quick introduction so that our viewer will get to know about you if they have not watched the first part?
Okay, so you're welcome, and it's a pleasure sharing my experience on your YouTube channel. So I am a software developer right now. I'm working as a software developer, Go SD Go backend engineer in the Razorpay. I have joined, I think, on 14th of the February itself. And in previous company, I have worked on multiple technologies. Let's say for React, Node.js, and I would say that's how I can conclude my introduction.
Yeah. So that's great. And I want to ask one question that could you please share your Paytm interview experience as you got selected at Paytm also?
Yeah, sure. So I mean, I would say for Paytm, it was mix and match of everything. It was 3 round, I think, interview procedure. First round was basically based on some of the mix of the DSA plus in-depth knowledge of the JavaScript. So I was giving the interview for the full stack engineering role. So most of the questions after, I mean, apart from the DSA was just only based on the Node.js concept, let's say event loop plus some of the fundamentals of the JavaScript. And later on, second round was just online round where I think I have one question around the DSA plus. It was a very I mean, interesting uh, interview round. I would say online round where I have a lots of question around everything. I would say, miss, it was everything, like let's say bash scripting plus Node.js plus uh, uh, React.js and everything. So and after that, means once I have cleared all these round, I think 1 week or day after that, means I just got a interview request for the third round, and it was basically completely based on a behavioral question plus your product explanation. So in this video, I would also say, means don't underestimate the project that you are working. It's really helpful to clear any of the interviews if you are very good at the fundamentals and concepts, and plus you should be very clear what are the problems that you are solving. Plus, I mean, some of the behavioral questions you can find around, miss, if you have made some sort of decisions why you made that. And uh, I mean, interviewer may ask the question around, miss, there may be some situation where you have argued with your engineering manager and how you handled that and why you did that. So you should be very focused on some of the, apart from the DSA plus machine coding around everything that is also required for the interviews. Plus, if you are really experienced candidate, you should be very good at your project that you are working, and you should be explaining well in the interviews that part.
So yeah, great. This is a really important and a very important guidance that don't underestimate the power that like don't underestimate the project you are doing at any company. Try to understand each and every concept that you are applying. Like lots of students used to apply, like lots of employee used to do some work at company, but they don't know the in-depth knowledge of that work. So try to get in-depth knowledge of whatever project that you are working at your current company. Yeah, so before asking the second question, I want to say that this channel is brought to you by न्यूटन स्कूल. न्यूटन स्कूल एक काफी अच्छी प्लेटफॉर्म है जो कि आपको सॉफ्टवेयर इंडस्ट्री में जॉब लेने में हेल्प करती है. So Lokpati sir is also working at Newton School as a part-time educator. So yeah, hi Lokpati sir, could you please explain that what kind of teaching you used to give at Newton School?
So I think I am working as a doubt solver, I would say. So I mean, there are two parts. I think in the Newton School, if I know really well the entire procedure. So One means you will be given the online lectures by some of the very really good candidates, let's say from Amazon or Google, depending upon your class batch, I would say. And after that, if you have any specific questions or doubt around those topics or any additional question, any personal guidance that you need, you can reach out to your mentors at any time. And plus there is one session for each candidate plus a weekly two doubt sessions. So there means you should have to be prepared for everything. Very, it's not a very specific to any technology or stake that they are training you, but it could be DSA questions plus some personal guidance as well. So I would say it's a very really good platform. Is if anybody is fresher and want to join, he or she can join, and they are providing a very good opportunity on their platform. So that's.
That's great. So the next question I want to ask that as lots of our viewer are fresher and student, some of them are also a working professional. So what are the advice you want to give some student and to some working professional if they want to do job switch or if they want to get any job?
So I would say interview preparation, some parts of the interview are common for the freshers and let's say for experienced candidate. It may vary depending upon the companies, but I mean data structure and algorithm. I think for freshers and for experienced candidate, if you are really opting for good companies, let's say Google, Amazon, Microsoft, you should be very good at all those means problem solving skill. Let's say data structure and algorithm. It's a common for fresher and experienced candidate as well. Plus, if you are freshers, you should be very good at your CS fundamentals, especially if you are from CS background. And if you are also not from CS background, it is expected from you that you should be good at all those concepts. So I think go through all the database concept, let's say acid properties. And I mean, don't just go through the topics only. You have to understand you have to be very good at this concept. Plus, you have, I think, some understanding and some really good examples. Let's say if someone asks, let's say, explain the acid property, you should be well prepared with the examples as well. So that's how means it is some piece of advice for freshers means fundamentals plus CP, and maybe some companies also ask low level design as well. So you can just practice on in your preferred language, let's say in C++ plus Java. And if you are experienced candidate, on top of all these things, you should be very really good at your project that you are working, and you should always take pride the work that you are doing in your company. And plus some high level design, if you are experienced candidate, are very good understanding of the low level design. You are means experienced candidate is always expected, means that he or she should be good at low level designs, plus some design patterns that we really use while we are writing the code, single responsibility principles. So all these things you should be well versed means it's for, I think, experienced candidate. And I think most of the interviews are just only based on all these things. For experienced candidate, you will be well prepared around your technologies that you are working. And let's say if you're trying to switch from technology, that's what I did, from let's say back end to front end or front end to back end. Most of the times you will be switching from front end to back end. So apart from your front end skills, you should have some sort of thing to show that really helps interviewer to understand that you are really interested in that technology. So keep doing side by side projects. And maybe if your company has some flexibility to just pick up or grab some ticket across the domains or across the tech stack that you are working, keep leverage that and just build your portfolio, so that if you are thinking about anything, you should work on that things, and you should really try hard to achieve all those things. That's what I would say.
Yeah, so this is really very important advice. And I just want to say that apart from a good software engineer, Lokpati sir is also a good teacher. I still remember the day when I was in first year and he had taken my class for, I think he explained that how prefix sum and suffix sum work. And I still remember that when I was teaching this concept, I remember that how Lokpati sir had taught me that concept. And I explained the same way that he taught me during my first year. So So he's also a very good teacher. So yeah, that's all about this video. Thank you so much. And yes, you can subscribe our channel and you can like this video if you really like our works. So that's all about this video. Thank you so much.